right idea. Put all your baggage online and let computers sort it out. Why date someone you meet in a bar and fall in love, only to find out you can't get over your differences?
I'd had a stilted conversation with two women, Mary and Linda, over my third glass of champagne. They were perfectly sweet, but all I could think about was how poorly I stacked up compared to them. Mary was a director at Baxter Pharmaceuticals. Linda was head of marketing for a hedge fund owned by a dot-com prince in Silicon Valley. And I was an underemployed writer pretending I was happy to be scraping by. I like to think I was hip, but if I looked at myself through their eyes, I was just some dark-skinned, nappy-headed loser who was 10 years too young and $50,000 a year too little for CP. Maybe I didn't belong with CP. Maybe he was this high-capacity professional who wanted the lush life. I wasn't a high-capacity anything. I just signed a lease with this guy, but maybe we didn't know each other. Is this the life he wanted? Would being with him mean giving up my artist self? And if I couldn't deliver, would he still want to be with me? In the car on the way home, I was hungry, I was drunk, and I was terrified. Those are your friends? God, they're all so corporate or shishi or suburban. They're all, oh, our kids go to Latin school. Oh, we're traveling to Barbados for the new year. Oh, I hardly ever come into the city anymore. How can anybody live like that?
Jess, don't say that. These people are my friends. This is what they do. They have families, they move to the suburbs. That's who they are.
Well, it's not who I am. And I didn't know it's who you were. His jaw was set as he answered.
It's not.
CP, you fit in with them perfectly. Of course that's who you are.
Don't label me like that. Jess, I quit my job to travel, twice. I sold my condo, put my stuff in storage, and drove across the country. Sweetheart, the only reason why I work is so I can afford to take time off and write and paint and travel. Does that sound corporate to you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Jess, I don't want that life, and I know it's not what you want either. That's why I love you.
I hesitated. Really? You don't secretly wish I was a VP with a fat salary?
No, sweetheart.
You don't wish I were a demure Chinese girlfriend?
No! Jess, all I want for you is to be yourself. For us to be happy.
I'm just scared of winding up in a life I don't want.
It's been 2.5 years since that Christmas. Almost 3 years since that birthday. And this past May, we celebrated our first anniversary. Life is good, and it'd be great to say that we've solved all the problems of the world about race and class, but it's not so easy. It's hard for Jess when we have dinner with a high-powered friend of mine who gets on a rant about how high her taxes are. I love my new cousins-in-law, but I look like the odd man out in my own wedding photos when I'm surrounded by them. But that night in December, when we got back from Danville, we turned a corner. After unpacking, we collapsed into bed. I stared at the ceiling. I could tell she hadn't fallen asleep by her breathing. I broke the silence and told her, I know you don't wish I were black, but I just feel like such an outsider with your family. She shifted, so her outside leg wrapped over my thigh, and she hugged me. Her face nestled into my neck as she murmured,
If you're on the outside, then that's where I want to be too. I don't fit in with your friends and family. Hell, I'm the black sheep in my own family.
In the dark of our bedroom, I asked her, what does a black sheep sound like? She thought about it for a second, and then she said,
Ah, nigga.
We laughed. And afterwards, she said,
Maybe we could make our own tribe.
yeah, I like that.
And we did.